Hey guys, Jacob here. I tried to do this video before, but when I take it, said it was so too long, so I'm gonna try to hurry this up and try to shorten it down a little bit and see what would happen. So hopefully go through. This is my top 10 comedy influences. Now, really quick, the only rule I have a lot of course, a lot of funny critics on the internet I'm inspired. They won't be on this list for reasons, because this is just usually with like growing up as as a child from the media. However, I will be doing a second list called my top 10 favorite internet critics. So let's go. And yes, I'll be editing this video even though it's not a cartoon buff video. Number 10 is Jim Carrey. Now, Jim Carrey is one of those guys what is one of the best actors, but at the same time, when he gets a little bit older, plays in some really not my favorite roles. But back in the early days, Jim Carrey is one of the best. Like playing The Mask, Wire, and all those. The way how Jim Carrey influenced me is because I like that comedy what he has, how he would react to certain things. What I also try to do a lot in the cartoon buff. Number 9 is the Three Stooges. The Three Stooges is one of those favorite icons what I really love. They're violent, they're funny, and they're really pals to each other. But at the same time, you feel like all they just need to do is just get together and work, and that's what they try to do. But their actions are so different, their actions, the way how they work off each other, what allows them some funny slapstick. The way how I'm influenced by the Three Stooges is from their slapstick comedy, what I once in a while try to do once in a while. Number 8 is The Simpsons. Now, just like Jim Carrey, The Simpsons have been good for a while. Been good for a little while. I'm sorry, but went downhill and why it passed. But however, the impact of The Simpsons, what left on me as a young child, stays in my comedy eclectic. I like how The Simpsons influenced me is that mixture of slapstick, dark humor, social commentary, and media jokes. What I guess you could say media jokes equal social commentary, but what I usually try to do in my cartoon buff videos. Number 6 is I'm sorry. Number 6 is the goofy Jack Kennedy cartoons. Hopefully I got his name right, but the thing about Jack Kennedy Goofy cartoons, they're not your typical Goofy cartoons. While you see the more marketable Disney Goofy going, and usually it's up in some really silly antics. This Goofy is violent. This Goofy is the Everman pretty much, and this Goofy tries hard to fit into a bourgeois society. What we raise a lot of hilarious, goofy humor, and what I try to do with that, and how I was influenced by that is I like perfect timing. What I try to have perfect timing in my cartoon buff videos. Number 5 is Dexter Laboratory. Another show I grown up on as a small child is I like its adventures, in the laboratory. And I also like Dee Dee and Dexter, and how that influenced me. I have a brother, as you all know, called Bane, and me and him get along, but I always liked that idea of like the pesky child what will always come in your room and bother you. Now you never hate a person, of course, but it drives off that. Right, Bane?
I guess.
Okay. Number 4 is Ed and Eddie, a Cartoon Network show I grown up on. Ed and Eddie is one of those shows that pictures my childhood in many ways. I was influenced by it to have a childlike influence because of the crazy exaggerations what the boys would always go in by that show. I always adore. Now, even though I would always mix childish humor into sometimes grown-up humor, I wonder if you guys can see that and if you watch my videos, but because I make politics in there too. But however, I try to have a lot of childish, cartoony humor mixed in too. And even though Ed and Eddie didn't really I mean, they had some grown-up jokes, but they never really mixed that type. I use Ed and Eddie as a big influence for that, because you can always take their style of humor, but mix it into something the dogs. Number 3 is probably one of the newest things I've grown up with, Gravity Falls. Its humor is it's more what The Simpsons had, what is a prize humor. For example, if I would do a video where this is pretty much what humor is. Let's say I'm going to go turn off this light. Well, let's just say it looks like I'm going to turn off this light, and all of a sudden I grab a bottle. And I know that's not technically funny. Well, maybe it is for somebody. I don't know. I don't know. But that's things of prize humor. Now, how I like about prize humor, and that's my favorite type of humor. Let's say if you're in a house. Let's give you a more better example. Let's say you're in someone did a joke with. Okay, let's say they did a joke. You're in a White House, the president's house, and you said. And let's just say they try to play off you don't know what house you're in. And all of a sudden a character goes, "Wait a minute. This house is weird. Wait a minute." They go, "Wait a minute. Something is up about this house. Something familiar about this house. Wait, something is weird here. This White House don't have any pizza delivery." You get what I mean? That's pretty much what honest effective humor is. Number two is Tom and Jerry. Sorry, it's the classic Tom and Jerry by Joe Labera and Hanna-Barbera. And what I really influenced by this is the timing, the violence, and also the character studies, because they don't talk. I mean, sometimes they do, but it's never the same voice. And what really drives off good, Bovo humor, like, and I'm a big fan of silent comedy, and and I'm a big fan of things like Charlie Chaplin. What would be on this list, by the way, but I can only do 10. And I think Tom and Jerry was probably one of the last people, Hanna-Barbera and Joe Labera was one of the last people what did this type of silent comedy. Okay. My number one comedy influence is the Warner Brothers cartoons, Looney Tunes, or Millie Mellies, all those.
You said Tom and Jerry before.
I said Millie Mellies. I'm not saying Mary Mellies. I did not say Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't say Tom and Jerry.
Yes, you did.
I mind. But anyways, sorry about that. But anyways, so it's mostly Daffy Duck what inspires me, but movie, I can take anything from it. Anything from it. It's the characters, classic. Everything is great about this, and I try to have it. I guess the biggest influence I take from the Looney Tunes is how how the character tries to revive. And it's all what it really is, if you break it down, is revival. And it comes up with some funny situations. So everyone have a good day. Those are my top 10 comedy influences. I couldn't get everything in here, of course. And if I did this video again 20 years later, I may make a couple changes. But however, this list goes to show what is, in my opinion, the master of comedy. Have a good day.